This is the thumbnail right here. We got all the parts laid out. We're taking a picture. We're gonna do a bike build today. Drew and I, we've taken everything out of the boxes. We've oohed and awed over the frame because the frame's kind of ridiculous. The last one was ridiculous, but this one's like one of a kind, custom ridiculous. And I feel like the time has come, Drew, where we should just like zoom that camera in on that thing. So it's a Slash. It's a Trek Slash, which is a long travel trail bike. It's like 150, 160. I've got a 170 fork I'm putting on it though, so it's gonna be a little bit longer travel than even a long travel. This is what we're throwing on there. The Marzocchi Bomber, Bontrager Covey Elite 30s, and the Shimano XT drivetrain, and the Shimano XT 4-piston brakes, the Float X2 for the rear shock. I sent them some album covers. I sent Brian Lindstrom at Trek and Eric Heth at Trek a couple album covers, and I was like, I don't know if you guys could do this in a frame, but these album covers look really cool. And then they just like went off. There's like a film that lays across a tub of water, and then you take the frame and you dip the frame on top of that film, and as it sinks in the water, that film just like wraps its way around the frame, and then boom, whatever you had on that film floating in the water, whatever that graphic looked like, is now just wrapped and adhered to the frame. And I don't get it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's amazing. And I'll show you the album covers. It's like an Australian band called the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. Don't ask me how they came up with a name for their band because I don't want to know. But their album covers are cool. They look exactly like this frame. They're like these crazy, like, you know, acid bath looking wild splatters of color. I guess this is like putting Brian Lindstrom and Eric Heth to the test right there. Can you do the impossible? Yeah, they did. But guess what? Anytime I come over here to Drew's happy home to build a bike, every single time I forget something. At this point, it's just tradition. We come here, we get all the parts out of the box. We take a nice picture for the thumbnail, and then I drive back to my house to pick up whatever it is that I forgot. That's what we do. So here's my notes before I head back to my house. We need a chain ring. We need a threaded bottom bracket because this frame has a threaded bottom bracket, which I'm super down with. And then I need headset spacers. I need 3 knock block headset spacers. This is the last time these parts are not going to be all smashed together on a bike. Taking some cool pictures of the frame. That's the tragedy of it all, isn't it? These are the best condition any of this stuff is ever going to be. I would like to think that I would take great care of it, but that would be a shame. As Matt Hoffman once said, if you get to the end of your life and you have a fully functioning body, you completely wasted it, right? So as soon as we put all the parts on this bike, we go thrash the Slash. We go rip it. We take care of it. We take pride in it. We wash it. We lube it. We hug it every once in a while when it needs it. But we thrash the heck out of it. So take it all in. This is as nice as this stuff is ever going to look. I'm going to head to my house and get the parts. So what do we got here since I went for a little parts run? It looks like you got the rear shock on. Good, good. It looks like a walrus. I am a walrus. Looks like that Looney Tune guy. You know the guy? Little walrus guy? All right, so shocks in, cables are internally routed. We got one for the dropper. Which one's the dropper? That would be this one, huh? Because it crosses over. That's already connected. And then you said something comes out. Oh, that's kind of cool routing. So the rear derailleur comes out that little trap door and then clips in underneath the chainstay. Oh, cool. It's like under this chainstay guard.
User-friendly.
All right, what's next? What should we put on this beast next? We want brakes on this thing for sure. So this is like the real version of my PVC pipe. Oh, that's your star nut setter, and there's your headset race setter. We're going pro today. Drew's in the pro class, pro race installer. Oh, don't want to forget that. Gives it a nice flush connection.
And then you also don't break this part of the tool.
You don't have to go as ham as I go with my PVC either, huh? Probably a little bit more efficient, so you can just be like deliberate and precise and consistent. Watch me just. Okay, here we go. No. That's what you were saying. Hammer up there. All right. That's way more legit. That's it. It's done already. I would just be getting warm up with my PVC. Boom. Doing it perfectly. Nope, it's not. It needs more. Needs more. Now we got to cut to a shot of my way. No, we're dialed now. We're perfect. What do you think this thing's going to look like on here? We got to at least take a look. It's pretty long, too. It's 170. This thing's going to be nice and raked out and ready to go down a hill. Oh, yeah. That looks sweet. This is a bit of a beast, man. 29s, 170 up front. That's a lot of travel. I'm gonna bring this thing up to Bachelor. A lot of our trails are not trail enough for this bike. Bellingham. That would be good for this, huh? Have you been up there? We should go together. That's what we're doing. We're gonna build this bike. We're gonna go to Bellingham. I like how we didn't even think about that until right now. We got video proof that we just planned that, so we have to do it. Get Dusty to go too. All right, let's decide where we're gonna cut this thing at. Here we go. So we're gonna get we need our little knock block chip. Where's that beast? There it is. It came with 2 of them. Oh, there we go. There we go. We need a little screw. Okay.
Right order of things.
I don't think so. Is it? No, probably not. This is why I usually edit all these videos to make it look like I know how to put my bike together. Time to cut the steer tube. I usually like 3 spacers. Since this fork's so long, I got already a pretty high front end going here. We'll have 3 to start with, and then I'll reserve the right to take some out if I want. I'm gonna get that to knock block in. I guess it's settled in. Oh, no, those things aren't settled yet. There we go. There we go. That's making sense. All right. All right. Now we'll give a little slice here so we see where to cut, and we'll cut a little below that slice. So remember last time we did a bike build video, my way of putting a star nut in. Now we're gonna do it his way. Probably gonna go in straight this time, and really quick too. I think it's done already. Is it possible? Is it done already? And then can you just twist the whole thing to get it unthreaded? Nope, it's on there for life. Okay, can you send me the link to this? Boom, star nut in. Every time I come to Drew's, I end up going home and filling up a Amazon cart full of new tools. This one. What do I Google? Headset putter inner? Star nut, that's it, it's not a headset. Starnutsputterinner.com. Oh dude, this is happening here. Here we go. It's real. So for those of you who watched me go to great lengths to bypass the knock block in a previous bike build video, thinking that I don't like it, no, I'm down with it. I'm not planning on doing bar spins and tailwhips on this bike yet, but if I did want to do it, they've made it really easy to take the knock block out, because look, it clears here, unlike the old frames that had knock block. This is like the first one where it actually clears. So if I wanted to make this bike bar spinnable, all I'd have to do is take out this chip and put in the one that doesn't have a notch in it, put everything back in the same, route my front brake down the steer tube, and you'd be good to go. I wouldn't have to use that reverse components spacer there. But since I'm not planning on doing bar spins and tailwhips on this bike yet, I'll just run it like this, because the knock block is good for a few things. It's good for, its purpose. When you crash, your your handlebar brake levers and stuff doesn't scratch your top tube, which I don't have that problem anyways because I run so many spacers. But you know how you can whip real big on a downhill bike with dual crowns? You can just like pin those stanchions up against your frame. Same thing with the knock block. You can whip mega big with a knock block because you go right here and it stops, and boom. And when you're like hiking your bike and you just like take a hand off it and the handlebars fling backwards, they just stop. There's good things about it too. I love me a good bar spin and a good tailwhip, and I will probably end up experimenting with this bike at some time because it'd be so easy to. But for this one and its purpose right now at this moment, we're going with the knock block. We're not blocking the knock block. We're not blocking the knock block. We're not knocking. We're not knocking the knock block. Don't knock it till you tried it. And I've tried it. It's good for some things, bad for others. Look at that. Wow, when the star nut's straight, the top cap bolt goes so much easier. Who would have thunk it? Like, I'm starting to know where your tools are now. Instead of just like going, nowhere to find the 5mm. He has the sickest wrenches too. Look, they got these little, you're not gonna be able to see, there's no way. But they got these little, I don't know, what are those?
It's a retention ball.
One of these days, my little messy bike shop is just gonna be copycatting all the cool tools you have in your barber bike shop. Brake levers. So for all my bikes that run XT this year, I'm going with, I think they call it I-Spec, where instead of having 2 bar clamps, one for your brake lever and one for your shifter, you just got one. You attach your shift lever to the bar clamp of the brake lever, and you save yourself a little bit of space right there. And it's just kind of simple, and I'm super down with it. You just slide one time, and both of the levers for this side are on. And I'm actually going to do it for the other side too. I'm going to do it for the front brake and the dropper lever. Oh look, You've already put it together. So here we go, same idea. Front brake lever, you got your dropper lever, and you just hook the dropper lever onto the brake lever. Another little Allen wrench where you can slide it in and out to fine tune it exactly how you want it. And now look, we just slide 2 things on, 1 on each side, and we have 4 controls, just like that. What do they think of next? Yeah, that's really rad. Okay, first show me why it's got that little retention screw on there. There we go. That's a great shot of it. Okay, and here's why. Say you throw your little 5mm bolt on there. Look, it's not falling off. Let me see a good angle for that. Yeah, look at that. You spend less time bending over picking stuff up off the floor, right? Look at that, one hand right to its home, getting your home. Yeah, let's just get in there and do it. So once you get it started, oh, it's just normal like wrench handle. But look at that. I don't know if you can tell, he's ratcheting right now. He's not coming out and going back in, he's straight up ratcheting. Calipers are on, Shimano XT, 4-piston, lots of power. For this long travel bike, 29-inch wheels. 180mm rotors, front and rear. The ever-evolving shins of Drew Barber. Since our last bike build, which was not that long ago, you've got a new Band-Aid. Do you have a new story?
Yeah.
Is it my brother's pedals again?
Yep. The same favorite pedals. Yeah, I was rocking the hardtail. Kind of used to that suspension, keeping my feet on there. Came off and quick little tap.
He's still a mountain biker.
Don't even feel them anymore, really.
Internal routing is accomplished. Rear brake routed. Look at that. That's cool how it goes through there. I don't even know if we can even see that. Yeah. You can see the lines right in there. Boom, they're out. So we've got all the lines routed now. This thing's gonna have wheels on it pretty soon. What tires am I running? Let's find this out. Here we go. We talked about the wheels when we were outside. These are the Bontrager Covey Elite 30s. Carbon 29ers. They're so light, ridiculously light. And running them tubeless, of course. This is an SE6. Let's see, what are we at? 29 by 2.5. Let's get a look at that tread pattern, why don't we? So it's gonna look like when you're staring down at it. SE6 tread pattern. All right. Out with the front, in with the rear. SE5. What's our dimension on this one? Here we go. We're going 2.5s again. Cool. So we got SE6 in the front, SE5 in the back. Let's take a look at that tread pattern. All right. I love it. Let's do this. I got a little bit of flack for the last bike build video because I had some sort of baseless monologue about how I was turning over a new leaf and I was now greasing everything while I was installing everything. And then I, next step, just put in the axle without greasing it. People noticed. I'm gonna have to get myself a lube tube. I have to put it in my notes. Nothing happens unless it's in the notes. I'm gonna lube tube this one. Here we go.
Where's the torque wrench?
Dude, this is cool. Can I lube the whole tube? I feel like the axle's not lubed because there's no lube on my fingers. It's like virtual reality. All right, that's good enough, huh, people? Okay, lubed enough. Come on now. I had this weird feeling when I was driving home from getting those parts that I forgot, where I was like, whoa, like I bring over that frame and all those parts, and then when I drive home, I'm actually gonna have a bike. That's the wildest thing. Like, I don't even think about that until it happens. So I'm like, whoa, I actually have a new bike now.
You're taking all your garbage home too.
I don't even know where I'm gonna hang this thing. The whole garage is full. Oh!
About down near back.
Man. I just really want to smash on the Slash. This will be the longest travel trail bike I've ever had. Seat time. Going big with this one. Carbon rails. Bontrager Arvada Pro. And the Pro means it's got the carbon rails. It weighs nothing. Look. Oh, it just flies. Look at that. Easy to throw, easy to catch. Doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. It's growing. I'm not sure if this is a shot or not, but I'm shooting it anyways. I was thinking if it grew really fast, then we would speed it up and it'd be like lube tube in action. BB time. Super excited about threaded BBs. It's been a long time, I feel like, since I've had a threaded BB, and I like it. BB and some cranks in this thing, and then, oh my gosh, I'm starting to have these feelings about this bike. Like, I don't even know it yet, but I'm feeling like I'm really gonna like this thing. I might become obsessed with this bike. This might be like my new jam. I don't know. Oh yeah, when we're done, we're gonna have to peel the thing off. Not until we're done. Wait, it might already be off. I don't know. For more on that, stay tuned. I got my name on it in case I park it next to another one that looks exactly the same. I'll know whose is whose. Or in case I forget my name. Woo!
We should be able to shift right now too.
Chain on. Let's see it race through that 10 to 50. What is it? 10 to 52?
51.
10 to 51. 10 to 51 cassette. Do you like going down hills? Do you like going up hills? Well, do we have the bike for you? The 2021 Trek Slash. Sounds like this. Ready for some sounds? Ooh.
Wow.
Look at that. Chillest brake bleed ever. Stuff that little barrel with a pink drink in there. Give it a couple little good taps. Wait for some bubbles to come up. Could it be any easier? Then you're done. Then you have a perfect brake. Just like that. Give me a brake. You want a brake? Tickle the lever. There's your brake. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Yes. Oh yeah. I didn't even film you doing the heat shrink. Oh, we still gotta heat it up. We still get to film that. See, look, this is Drew's thing. Puts the shrinkable, what do you call it?
Just heat shrink.
Heat shrink. And then take the hot gun, boom. Then it compresses up. Now you got like this nice little warm hug around your brake levers. This is the Abbey Tools 4-way. It's basically your cockpit handling device. It's got your T25, it's got your 5mm, your 4mm, and your 2.5mm. So anything from this little guy for your brake master cylinder to your grips with the 2.5, your brake levers, your shift levers with the 4mm, your stem with the 5mm, and it fits on the brim of your hat. And then when you need it, you just nod your head, and then you got it. Can't believe that worked. Fake it till you make it. Get it nice and level. And look at that, just a quick little backflip. And you've just swapped your 4mm for a 2.5mm. Tuna, 2.5, yellowfin. And then we do this again. And it's as easy as that. There's no trick photography here. Get them bubbles out. Flick it. Peace out, bubbles. You're not welcome here. That's satisfying, dude. I know I'm not done yet because I keep seeing more bubbles. I'm gonna flig it. You're off camera, just said there's a trick to this.
You know, you start with it level.
Yeah?
That's good.
Okay.
All good, but
Level.
you also want to kick it down about 30 degrees.
Kick it down.
Flip it a little bit. Bubbles will just kind of, like in a level, they'll float around, you know?
The 30-degree rule.
Tip it down a little bit, you'll get some of those bubbles to move.
This reminds me of the best way to get ketchup out of a Heinz 57 glass ketchup bottle. Do you know that one? Yeah, 45 degrees. It's the 45-57 rule. You hold the bottle at a 45-degree angle, you shake, and then you pat at the 57 logo, which is molded into the glass ketchup bottle. 45-57 rule. Get that ketchup on your plate right quick. This you call the 30-degree rule. This is get the bubbles right out of your line right quick, right? Tricks for life right here at Barber Bike Shop. You want to live a better life? Watch this video. It's off the stand. It lives. Psychedelic porn crumpets. Here we go. I'll bring it up. Look at those album covers. How do you not want a bike frame that looks like those album covers, right? Okay, Brian Lindstrom and Eric Heth, you guys have really outdone yourself this time. The whole thing kind of looks like the ocean. It's like water with a little bit of white water, and then like that's definitely, once you get down here, you're in the kelp bed. It's like kind of like a rusty kelp bed. Boom! Let's take it off the stand. I'm gonna sit on this beast. This is always like kind of crazy. This is sick. All right. What is this gonna be like? Yeah. Now I have no complaints about my quiver. I got quite the quiver, right? But this is definitely, if there was one thing that was missing, it was a super long travel trail bike. Like, this is basically as free ride as it gets right here. It'll take you up, it'll take you down. It's basically like as close to a downhill bike as you can get without a dual crown. And I'm gonna put it through its paces. I'm so psyched. The paint job's insane. Marzocchi suspension, Shimano drivetrain and brakes, crazy Bond Traeger, Covey Elite 30 carbon wheels, Bontrager tires, Bontrager bar and stem. We got the dropper post. What do you call this thing? Marzuki dropper post. That's a bike right there. You can even put anything you want in there. Snacks, messages that you want to like remind yourself of later. It's like a message in a bottle to yourself. You put it in there, you write yourself a little motivational speech, and then you pedal, and then you read it at the top. That's what I'm gonna do. So last bike build video was the session, and I promised you that I would take it out to Utah and get a bunch of riding footage on it, and I did. I got so much riding footage that it's taken a ton of time to edit. So we've got another bike build video right now, and then I'm not sure if the riding footage from Utah came out last week or if it's coming out after this, but I can assure you that as soon as I get back from a little bit of Austria for Crankworks Innsbruck, we will be taking these bikes. Drew's got a long travel trail bike too. We're gonna take them up to Bellingham, Washington. Right, Drew? We're gonna do this?
We're doing it.
Okay, cool. It's not just a thing we talk about during the bike build. We'll really go do it. And we're gonna go just smash a bunch. We'll go ride the roots, the rocks, the ruts, and then we'll go take it on that, was that blue steel, those big jumps. I would love to just smash some roots and some rocks and then get to blue steel and lay into a big dump 3 on this thing, because right here, like this standover, this top tube length, everything about it feels so perfect, and I just want to go real fast on it. So that's the bike build. So thanks for watching this one. This thing's gonna go find its way into my garage, and then when I get back from Austria, it's gonna find its way onto the trails. Watch more videos, subscribe to the channel, and it's super late, so good night.